हाँ ओके चलो ओके, you can start recording, we'll take. Okay, so let us start with this chapter, human eye and colorful world. As the name goes, ये part human eye का भी है. How does the human eye function? How is it able to capture the rays of light coming from an object, and how is it able to show or form an image of the same in our eyes? Where does it form the eyes image on the eye, and how that image is processed by the brain? That is something else. So that is you will be studying somewhere in bio or something. But in this chapter there was a topic, or there was a complete half topic that was related to functioning of a human eye has been removed from your syllabus for this year. So for at present, if when we are short of time, we'll start with the topics which are included in your syllabus first. Later on, as we have time, we'll just record the videos for human eye separately. Okay, so the topic now where we have to start is that is the refraction through a glass prism. Okay, refraction through a glass prism. Refraction करेगा कौन? Glass prism. See, in the earlier chapter, refraction chapter, light reflection and refraction, we studied how light is refracted from a glass slab. Now first of all we need to understand what do you mean by a prism. Okay, see prism, basically what we see in our lab are usually those called as equilateral prisms. Okay, equilateral means it has two equilateral triangular faces and three rectangular faces like this. Okay, so this is the front face, behind would be the second face, triangular. If we are supposed to show the hidden edges, it would be something like this. Okay, so this would be the back triangular face, this would be the front. So how many rectangular faces we are having? One over here, one at the back, one of the base. Okay, so a equilateral triangular prism can be considered to be a optical medium. See, this is made up of a glass of any refractive index. किसी भी refractive index glass से बना होगा, तो वो होता क्या है? It is a refracting medium bounded by two rectangular faces inclined to each other at a particular angle. किसी particular angle पर inclined होंगे. जिस एंगल पे ये दो फेसेस, कौन सा वाला फेस? सपोज दिस इज ए बी सी. सो दिस ए बी फेस एंड ए सी फेस they are inclined to each other at which angle? It is called as angle of prism. And when we are talking about equilateral triangular prism, these all angles would be approximate to 60. लगभग 60 के बराबर होते हैं. लगभग बोलने का मतलब 59 के आसपास होता है. ठीक है, 59 पॉइंट. तो कोई बड़ा हो जाए कोई छोटा होगा, इक्विलैटरल होगा. ओके, so this is what a triangular prism looks like. Now we have to study what happens when a ray of light, जब एक ray of light इस prism में ऑब्लिकली एंटर करती तब क्या होता है. ठीक है, तो हम एक ही फेस यहाँ पर बनाएंगे, ट्रायंगुलर फेस. ठीक है, हमारा ये ट्रायंगुलर फेस होगा और लेट अस गिव दिस नेम ए बी एंड सी. दिस इज व्हाट, ये मेरा एंगल ऑफ प्रिज्म हो गया भाई, है ना, एंगल ऑफ prism. Okay, chalo. So what will happen to a ray of light which is entering obliquely like this over here? Let us name this ray of light to be P and Q. Okay, let us name this to be PQ, this point. Okay, it is entering at some angle to the surface. Okay, now the surface is like this. On this surface, if I want to draw a normal, this would be something like this. Okay, ये मेरा normal होगा. Normal means the line which is making an angle of 90 डिग्री विद द सरफेस. इस सरफेस से 90 डिग्री बना रहा है, वो नॉर्मल हो जाएगा. ठीक है, सो दिस इज माय नॉर्मल टू द सरफेस. Okay, so this is my normal to the surface. Now, so the angle between the incident ray and the normal to the surface, let us name this as n, and we would extend this further also to be n dash. So this angle would become angle I. Okay, now over here it is air, inside it is glass. ये किसका बना हुआ है? ग्लास का बना हुआ है. So when it moves from rarer to denser medium, it should bend towards the normal. Means it was going likewise, so it should bend something likewise. ऐसे करके bend होना चाहिए, ये ऐसे जानी चाहिए थी, पर वो कैसे हो जाएगी, bend होगी किसकी तरफ, towards the normal. Why? Because it is changing the medium from rarer to denser medium. So it bends towards the normal, but bends such that it goes parallel to the surface. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ ट्रैवल करता है वो इसके अंदर, पैरेलल टू दी बेस. देखो ये जो अंदर ट्रैवल करेगा क्यू आर वाला जो पोर्शन होगा, that would be parallel to the surface. Which base? Sir, base. Over here also we will draw the normal to the surface. And we'll extend it backwards. Plus what more we will do? Plus what? Now see, this QR is going from where? Glass to air. So it should bend away from the normal. Means it should have gone like this, but it will bend where? Away from the normal. So it will bend away from the normal, and will bend away from the normal by the same value by which it was entering inside the prism. Okay, if it is an equilateral prism, it will bend away from the normal and travel something like this. Okay, it will bend away from the normal, travel something like this. अब इसको बोलने का मतलब अगर इसको याद रखना है तो how will you memorize it? It will always bend towards the base. अभी देखो कोई ऐसे करके आपके इसमें MCQ क्वेश्चन वगैरह में भी आता है, what do they show? ऐसे करके एक पाथ ऐसे बता देता है, ठीक है, फिर किसी में बताता है ऐसा, फिर किसी में बताता है ऐसा. Which is the most correct one? This one, PQR S, S1, S2. So which is the most correct one? S. Okay, so that you need to understand. So it will bend where? Towards the away from the normal, and we can say it is bending towards the base. Base के तरफ मुड़ रहा है वो, ठीक है. Now if I just extend this ray by which the incident ray was incident on the surface, इसको मैं आगे extend कर देता हूं, something like this. Okay, and if I extend the refracted ray backwards, मैं पीछे की तरफ इसको extend करता हूं, ठीक है, तो this backward ray would meet the incident ray. देखो this path is what? The direction of the incident ray. This path is the direction of the incident ray, and this path is the direction of the emergent ray. ठीक है, so by how much value has it bent from its original position? This much. वो जा ऐसे रही थी और इस ट्रायंगल के कारण वो इतना ऐसे बाहर होकर के निकली है. So this is the value by which the ray of light has deviated from its path, and therefore it is called as angle of deviation. Have a closer look at the diagram. See, this is the value by which it has deviated from its path. See, this was the incident ray, now this was the emergent ray over here. Okay, and for the same reason it is called as angle of emergence. यहाँ पर देखो जो नॉर्मल उस सरफेस पर बनाया मैंने और रिफ्रैक्टेड रे जो है, एमर्जेंट रे जो है, उनके बीच का एंगल क्या कहलाएगा? एंगल ऑफ एमर्जेंस कहलाएगा. और एंगल ऑफ डिविएशन कौन सा है फिर से बता दूं, PQ जो कि मेरी इंसिडेंट रे है आगे जा रही है, और जो एमर्जेंट रे है सपोज ये RS है, तो RS, इस दोनों के बीच का एंगल कौन सा होगा? यही वाला होगा. इसको जब हम आगे एक्सटेंड करेंगे उसको पीछे, तो वो एंगल क्या कहलाएगा? एंगल डेल्टा. दैट इज व्हाट? एंगल ऑफ डिविएशन. सो यहाँ पर क्या क्या चीजें हमको पता पड़ी. देखो एंगल ए क्या था? एंगल ऑफ प्रिज्म या प्रिज्म एंगल भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद क्या पता पड़ा है भाई? डेल्टा. एंगल ऑफ डिविएशन means how much angle or how much radiance by which the incident ray has deviated from its path. Angle of deviation. और कोई? Okay, that is all you need to understand further. डायग्राम बनाने भी आता है और एक्सप्लेन करने भी आता है कि I क्या है, E क्या है. एंगल E क्या है? एंगल ऑफ एमर्जेंस. तो देखो याद करो, अगर कंपेयर करना है कि ग्लास स्लैब में से जब रे ऑफ लाइट एमर्ज होती थी तो क्या होता था? इट यूज्ड टू गेट डिविएटेड, और वी कैन से इट यूज्ड टू गेट शिफ्टेड फ्रॉम इट्स पाथ. वो अपने पाथ से थोड़ा सा हट जाता था, ठीक है, ऐसे करके हट जाता था, दैट वाज नोन एज लैटरल शिफ्ट. When the ray of light is passing, undergoing refraction through a triangular prism, then it is getting deviated from its path by some angle. कुछ एंगल से वो deviate हो रही है अपने पाथ से. Is this clear to everybody? Ronak, stop. Okay. So now the next topic which is into the syllabus is when a glass prism is used to produce dispersion of white light. Now dispersion is a particular phenomenon which we all have some or the other time come across in our life. The dispersion is the same phenomenon which causes the formation of rainbow in the blue sky. Rainbow is formed. Rainbow कब बनता है? जब बारिश, रेन ड्रॉप्स और सनलाइट साइमल्टेनियसली, साथ ही साथ एक टाइम पर हमको होते हैं. एक एट अ पर्टिकुलर एनवायरनमेंट दे बोथ आर प्रेजेंट. At that time there is a most probable chance that you will visualize a rainbow. Okay, so how is a rainbow formed? That is another topic. We'll just discuss afterwards this topic. So first of all, let us discuss how a glass prism is capable of dispersing white light. Okay, dispersing means the dispersion is the phenomenon of splitting of white light into its 7 component colors, or we can say 7 component wavelengths of light, or 7 component lights we can say. So इसका मतलब क्या है? The white light is not white completely, it is white because it is formed by 7 component waves of light combined together and they collectively look like white. Okay, so white light is for comprising of how many components of colors? 7. What are namely those called by the, they can be memorized by the acronym given by VIBGYORC 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Sequentially, if we write down the names for VIBGYOR, that comes to be violet, indigo, blue, sky blue or navy blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Out of this, if we tell, if the wavelength of the light, wavelength, see light over here is considered to be wave. If the wavelength of the light is denoted by the letter lambda, okay, lambda, so violet wavelength would be lambda wavelength, lambda violet, and red's wavelength would be lambda r. Over here, the lambda r is quite greater than lambda violet. So all these wavelengths lie between wavelength of the violet ray and wavelength of the red ray. So over here, red is having the largest wavelength. Okay, red is having the largest wavelength and violet is having the shortest wavelength. Okay, and if we talk about wavelength, then frequency is just the opposite of it. If we say talk about frequency, violet's frequency is the highest and red's frequency is the lowest, जिसका wavelength. ठीक है, तो that is something different. साउंड चैप्टर से थोड़ा रिलेट करके पढ़ोगे तो समझ में आएगा, बट यहाँ पर समझने वाली बात क्या है? सबसे पहले, when the ray of light enters inside the glass prism over here, what we had studied that it will bend away from the normal. Okay, agreed, it will bend away from the normal. But what happens? This glass prism, this material, when the ray of light enters into it, does not deviate all the components of wave of light together by the same amount. Let me repeat. जब ये ray of light इसके अंदर एंटर करती है तो ये ग्लास प्रिज्म इनमें से पास होने वाली सभी रेस को सेम अमाउंट से डिविएट नहीं करता. अगर सभी रेस को, ये जो व्हाइट लाइट यहाँ पर आ रही है इंसिडेंट होकर के, उसको सेम अमाउंट से डिविएट करता तो ये सिंगल रे की तरह पास आउट हो जानी चाहिए थी, जैसे हम लोग पिछले प्रीवियस एग्जांपल में देखेंगे. दैट वाज टू स्टडी. ओके, दैट incident which we studied earlier was studied considering a single wavelength of light or a single color of light. Suppose it be violet, suppose it be red or any color. एक single लिया था. When you talk about white light, what happens? When the ray of white light enters into it, this glass prism does not deviate all the wavelengths of light by same amount. So what will happen? It will deviate all the rays of light by different amounts based on their wavelengths, based on their speed we can say. ठीक है? So based on that wavelengths, the glass prism deviates the wavelength of light which is having the maximum wavelength by a very short value. मतलब सबसे कम वो किसको डिविएट करता है? जिसका वेवलेंथ सबसे बड़ा है. किसका वेवलेंथ सबसे बड़ा है? रेड का. तो वो रेड को क्या करता है, देखो सबसे कम डिविएट किया है, तो रेड कहां पर लाई कर रहा है, देखो ये पूरे बैंड ऑफ कलर्स में सबसे ऊपर लाई कर रहा है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो अपने पाथ से सबसे कम डिविएट हुआ है। ठीक है, और ऐसे ही करते करते फिर इससे ज्यादा किसको डिविएट करेगा, ऑरेंज को, फिर येलो को, ऐसे ऐसे करते करते कहां पर आएंगे हम, वायलेट को। वायलेट विल बी डिविएटेड फ्रॉम इट्स पाथ द मोस्ट, ये अपने वायलेट पाथ वायलेट रे को सबसे ज्यादा मैग्नीट्यूड से डिविएट करेगा, एंड हेंस इट इज लाइंग एट द बॉटम। This band of colors, this band of colors which is obtained by the splitting of white light into its 7 component colors is called spectrum. ठीक है, और we can also call it as visible spectrum. सी विजिबल बोलने का मतलब हमारी नेकेड आइज को ये विजिबल है, जैसे और भी कुछ रेज होते हैं वो हमको दिखाई नहीं देते हैं, बट ये हमको कलरफुल है एंड इज विजुअलाइज टू आवर आइज, इसलिए हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं, स्पेक्ट्रम, और सिंपली विजिबल स्पेक्ट्रम, और वी सिंपली कॉल इट एज स्पेक्ट्रम. ओके, स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ लाइट. ओके, सो what is the reason behind the dispersion caused by the ray of light by the glass prism? It is due to the amount by which the glass prism deviates all the component rays of light by different values based on the refractive index of the light traveling in that medium. Okay, and that is why red light deviates the least and violet light deviates the most. Okay, so reason behind the dispersion caused by the prism is the value by which the incident ray components of the lights are deviated by different angles. Okay, stop now, pause. Okay, so furthermore, the Isaac Newton again went on to do some more experiments into this field, and what he found out, if the prism was able to split up the components of the white light into its 7 different components starting from red to violet. Okay, so is it possible to recombine all of them by using another prism in an inverted position? So the answer was yes. What he did, he placed an inverted prism in the path of the band of the spectrum. So what he observed, these all rays of light again recombined to form the white light coming out from the other face. Okay, white light coming out from the other face. Okay, so what did the inverted prism do? The inverted prism recombined all the rays of light which was split into their component colors by the first prism and combined it to get the white light again from the band of spectrums. This was the experiment performed by Newton. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of it and keep it. Okay, for further reference for your notes. तो यहाँ पर भी देखो सबसे ऊपर में क्या है, रेड है, और नीचे क्या है, वायलेट है, और हमको बाहर क्या मिलेगा उस प्रिज्म के, व्हाइट लाइट मिलेगा जब हम इसके बीच में इसको रख देंगे. Now we'll be starting the discussion for how the rainbow is formed. As earlier discussed, the rainbow is a we can say the product of when the ray of light are which are present where during the time of a rainfall, or we can say when the droplets are present in the air simultaneously along with the sunlight, that time the rainbows are formed. So rainbow basically is the color bandwidth band of the white ray of light, which is comprised of 7 different components of colors. Okay, so how does a rainbow form, and what is the responsible reason for the formation of rainbow? Over here we'll see. Likewise, the glass prism which was discussed in the earlier part was the reason for dispersion of the white light, means the splitting up of white light into its 7 component colors. Over here, the droplets of water which are present in the atmosphere when the rain is falling, those are droplets are suspended in the air and the light is coming from one side. So those droplets behave like the prism which caused the dispersion of white lights. Okay, and now what happens over here we'll have to see. Okay, suppose this is my raindrop which is suspended in air, and a ray of white light is entering into the droplet likewise. Okay, this is what, white light. Suppose over here the droplets are present and the rays of light are coming from here. Okay, so the rainbow will be formed on the farther part. Okay, now what happens when the ray of light enters into this drop? Okay, so what is it doing? It is going from a rarer medium, that is air, to the denser medium which is water. Okay, so बेसिकली इट शुड डिविएट टुवर्ड्स द नॉर्मल, और इस सरफेस पर अगर हम नॉर्मल बनाते हैं तो वो क्या कर रहा है, डेंसर टू रेयर जा रहा है, तो अपने पाथ से डिविएट होगा, प्लस डिविएट होते ही साथ इट विल ऑल्सो स्प्लिट अप पार्शियली इनटू इट्स कंपोनेंट ऑफ कलर्स। ओके, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ कलर, मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा स्प्लिटिंग पहले ही चालू हो जाएगा। ओके, the least bending or the least deviated of the light from the 7 would be red and the most would be violet, मतलब वायलेट को सबसे ज्यादा डिविएशन मिल रहा है, देख लो अपने पास से, और रेड को थोड़ा कम मिल रहा है। ठीक है, काफी कम मिल रहा है। अगेन व्हाट हैपेंस नाउ व्हेन इट कम्स टू दिस सरफेस ऑफ द रेनड्रॉप, we are considering the raindrop to be spherical in shape. Now what happens, there occurs a phenomenon which is called as total internal reflection. Listen to the word I'm saying. It is not refraction, it is reflection. It is total internal reflection. See, according to the concept, the rays of light, if it is traveling from one medium to another, it is changing the medium and it is deviating from its path, so the word should be used as refraction. But over here what is happening, the rays of light which had to leave the raindrop from the surface, they do not do so. Okay, the reason behind that lying will be the total internal reflection of the light, and standing for acronym TIR. Now what happens, these rays of light do not leave the raindrops from this side, rather it bends inside the raindrop again. वो raindrop के अंदर फिर से आ जाते हैं और थोड़ा सा और bend हो जाते हैं, like this. See, there is somewhat more bending of the ray of light. Which gets the least bending? R, and which gets the most bending? Violet. Okay, again it is leaving the raindrop from here, this part, it will get again bent from its path, and we get a clear spectrum of ray of light, on which the red would be on the topmost part and violet would be at the bottommost part. Okay, so this is how a raindrop comprises or forms the dispersion of white light into its 7 component colors to form the rainbow. This rainbow basically occurs in a sequential manner, and that sequential manner you need to understand and you need to memorize, plus you have to mention it in your any answer which is asking you the formation of rainbow in that same sequential manner. If you write these 3 points into your answer during the formation of rainbow, only this diagram and the names of these three phenomenons which occur in a sequential manner will gain you the complete marks. What are those? First of all, the rays of light enters from air to water, rarer to denser. So first of all, it gets refracted. So we can say the first phenomenon taking place is refraction. जो पहला phenomenon यहाँ पर हो रहा है वो कौन सा है? Refraction. Okay. Second phenomenon which is taking place over here is what? Total internal reflection, which is happening at this point. Okay. जो कहाँ पर हो रहा है? This point पर हो रहा है. इसके बाद क्या हुआ? Total internal reflection, and at the last we can say at this point it is actually getting deviated. It is not so much inside the drop. यहाँ पर हमने क्लैरिटी के लिए इसको इतना width बताया है, अंदर की तरफ ये थोड़ा सा ही होता है. Most of the diffraction occurs when the raindrop, the ray of light leaves the raindrop. There we get a clear spectrum of light. So we can state the last phenomenon to be dispersion. The last phenomenon to be dispersion. So what are the steps in which the raindrop forms the rainbow? Or that is refraction, total internal reflection, and dispersion. Okay, total internal reflection and dispersion. Is it clear to everybody?